Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the video useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve this problem using the concepts of lines. So as per the problem, for each of the given lines, determine the vector and parametric equations. So let's start with the first equation, y equals 7 over 8x minus 6. Now this equation is in slope y-intercept form. The slope of this line is 7 over 8 and the y-intercept is negative 6. So a point that lies on this line is 0, negative 6. So let's start by writing the vector equation for this line. So the general equation of a line in vector form is vector r is the position vector of an unknown point on the line. Vector r naught is the position vector of a known point on the line. T is a parameter and it can be any real number. Vector m is the direction vector of the line. So let's start by finding the direction vector. Now we know that the slope of the line is 7 over 8 and the slope formula is rise over run. The rise is in the y direction, the run is in the x direction. So the direction vector for this line is 8, 7 because 8 is the run in the x direction, so 8 becomes the x component and 7 is the rise which is in the y direction, so it becomes the y component of the direction vector. Now we can write the equation in vector form. So a point on the line is the y-intercept, 0, negative 6. So that is the position vector of the point. Now we can write the parametric equations for this line. So let's assume the position vector r represents point xy on the line. Now we can break up this vector equation into the parametric equations. So for the x equation, we should use the x components of these vectors. And we should multiply the x component 8 by t. Now we can rewrite this equation by ignoring the 0. So this is the x equation for this line. Now we can write the y equation using the y component and we'll multiply 7 by t. So this is the y equation. So these are the parametric equations for the first line. So we are done with the first equation. Now we can analyze the second given equation. The slope of the line is 3 over 2 and the y-intercept is 5. So this can be written as point 0, 5. Now we can write the general equation of a line in vector form. So vector r represents the position vector of an unknown point on the line. Vector r naught represents position vector of a known point on the line. T is the parameter and it can be any real number, and vector m is direction vector. We can start by finding the direction vector using the slope of the line. The formula for slope is rise over run. Rise is in the y direction, run is in the x direction. So we can write the direction vector for this line as 2, 3. So the x component is 2 because it represents the run, which is in the x direction, and the y component is 3 because it represents the rise, which is in the y direction. Now we can write the vector equation. So a known point on the line is the y-intercept 0, 5. So we can use that point for the position vector r0. So this is the vector equation of the line. Now we can write the parametric equations. So we'll use the point xy for the position vector r. Now we can break up this vector equation into x and y equations. So for the x equation, we'll use the x components of the vectors and we'll multiply the x component 2 by t. Now we can ignore the 0 term in this equation. So this is the x equation. Now we can write the y equation using the y components. And we can multiply the y component 3 by t. So this is the y equation. So these are the parametric equations for the second given line. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.